Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining. So I've been sort of into rotisserie cooking of late, and I got a cool new attachment that we'll show you in a little bit. But today we are going to do rotisserie ribs. So there is a local restaurant called the Hickory Barbecue. There was one in the past called the Old Hickory Barbecue. These are local places, or at least not too far. And they did these direct heat ribs that I still enjoy. One of the places is closed, one of them is still open. Still enjoy these ribs. So they're not smoked or anything like that. There shouldn't be fall off the bone, not my goal, but they're direct heat ribs, and we're gonna use charcoal and a rotisserie today to do them. So first thing we're gonna do is get our ribs ready, so I'll bring you back and we will get them seasoned and ready to go. Okay, so here are our four half racks of ribs. A couple of things about these ribs. First of all, they look great. Their color is awesome. This is Duroc pork. Our local Kroger carries Duroc pork. So good quality pork. They look great. And these were actually half racks, like wrapped and cryovac as half racks, which I wasn't necessarily looking for, but they're trimmed up, look great, and half racks are cool. I sort of like the flexibility that gives you. So if you wanted to do 1.5 racks or whatever, also the smaller size makes them easier to fit and things like that. You'll find it really interesting how we're going to cook these, and I'll show you that in just a second. But for now, we're going to get them seasoned. I'm just going to use AP seasoning from Killer Hogs. So salt, pepper, garlic. I really like ribs done pretty simply. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like a good barbecue rub too, but I don't want to use any sugar on these because of the rotisserie and the direct heat cooking. I'm not doing a low and slow smoke. This could get up to 350 degrees, which I'm totally cool with. So I don't want to go to, or any sugar for that matter. So salt, pepper, garlic is what we're using. I'm going to start on the bone side of the ribs. And I feel like this membrane has been removed. I can't really tell, to be honest. Maybe not. But either way, I wasn't going to remove the membrane for these. So we're just going to do them just like this. So we're just going to season the backside. One time when I did ribs with AP seasoning, probably the same stuff, but salt, pepper, garlic, I over-seasoned them. So anymore, I like to be a little careful. I'm going to put just a coating, a reasonable coating on each side. Press that in before I turn them over. And by the way, I'm not using a binder. These are moist enough. I don't feel like I need to. I don't mind using a binder. I just don't feel like I need it today. So no mustard or anything like that. And we're just going to do our SPG blend on the meat side. And these are baby backs, obviously, if you couldn't tell. And part of the reason I'm doing baby backs, I have one son that's what they like, so I usually do baby backs because we all like them. But he likes them a lot better than spare ribs. There we go. A little bit area I missed. Okay, that's going to be good. So here's how we're going to cook these, and I hope you find this interesting. So I've got this rotisserie cage. It fits a standard rotisserie, spins them around, keeps both of the bone sides flexible or visible facing the heat when it spins, and also, of course, the outside. So we're just going to, hopefully these fit in, being the half racks, and they do. And we're just going to get that closed, that one side closed. Oops. So spin it around. They actually have to close at the same time. So we'll put, and if you can't see this, I'm sorry, I'll get it in the camera before I'm done. Put the other side in. Man, those fit perfectly, I think. We're just going to now get them closed. Let me wipe my hands off. There we go. Move this over. And there's a clasp at the top. Is that right? Which way? Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. Perfect. So as you can tell, this is the first time I've used this. Kind of excited about it though. It wasn't very expensive either. So there we go. So the next time you see this, the spit will be through it. By the way, it had some spikes coming down the center that hold the meat. So that was another cool thing I liked. So there we go. So we're going to get you out to the grill here in just a minute. We're going to get the charcoal ready and lit. And this is just going to sit here. I'm only going to be probably 30 minutes. We're going to let these come up in temperature just a little bit. They came straight out of the fridge a minute ago. And we'll get them out to the grill. So we'll see you out at the grill. We'll get the charcoal set up and ready and bring you right back. Okay, so we're going to get our charcoal lit. I've got some remnants of my last cook that I just put in the basket there, and then I've got a whole charcoal chimney ready to go. So we're just going to light these tumbleweeds. One of these is kind of anemic, but that's all right. And I've just got the charcoal bag that I'll put on there, and we'll just add our chimney. Get the handle up there. So this will probably go 25 minutes or something like that, and we'll be ready. And then we'll dump our coals on top of those leftovers, and then just kind of on the outside of the basket as best we can. And that should carry us through this cook, but I'll have some charcoal ready if we need to add some. So we'll bring you back. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna sort of make this up as I go. Not sure exactly how I want to do this charcoal. The top still is a little bit early, but I think underneath that they're getting much bigger. I threw this prime 6 on there, about 3 pieces, mostly to prep them. I'm going to set those, or a couple of them, out to the side, I think, to start. And now we'll dump in the center, or in the center of our basket. Okay. All right. So now I think I will kind of spread these out just a little bit. I think it'll get too hot if I put it anywhere except the side over here. And I want to watch that, so I'm going to get most of it off to the side. All right, that's good enough. I might clean up a few more of these, but next time you see me, we'll be putting some ribs on. I'm going to let this grill sort of mellow out in temperature and even out, and then we'll be back. All right, we're going to get these ribs on. The grill is just over 400 degrees, but it's not going to stay that high. I just backed it down. The vents are about a quarter open, bottom and top. So we're going to go ahead and get these on and start the rotisserie. So here we go. I did balance these out, and I don't feel like I need the counterweight, so I think these are good. So I'm going to watch them go around a couple of times just to make sure, and I can add the counterweight after the fact. And as these screws become visible, I'm going to go ahead and make sure they're tight as well. And short of getting a tool, that's pretty good. So this is running really smooth. I'm not seeing a need for a counterweight. So I'm going to get these the lid on here and just let it go. I probably won't even look at this for at least an hour. I do want to get a wood chunk just to get a little smokiness in there. So I'm going to grab a wood chunk and throw it on. But other than that, I'm just going to let these bad boys go. So we will bring you back. And I will keep an eye on the temperature. I don't think it's going to go any higher than where it is. And I tend to think it's going to creep down with the the addition of the meat and me backing the vents down. But I do want to make sure that we stay under 400. So we'll bring you back. Okay, we've been on about 40 minutes. I'm just going to take a quick peek at these. I don't want to leave the lid off too long. We're a little over 400. I'm good with that because the temperature, the thermometer, the Weber thermometer is right over top of the coals. I did that on purpose because I want the heat and the smoke to go up through the dome, over the meat, and then out the exhaust vent. So it's probably a little cooler than that where the meat is, and I'm not that concerned about it. So I do have some apple cider vinegar and water, so apple cider vinegar diluted with water. I want to make sure these stay moist, so I'm going to spray them as needed. So we'll take a, ooh, look at those. Look at that color. Got a real quick spray. I'm going to spray the backs as well. I want to be careful not to spray the coals, but these are looking outstanding. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to get this lid closed, looking good, and we will bring you back. Okay, we are just under 90 minutes in. I'm going to take a look at these real fast. I've got my spritz bottle of diluted apple cider vinegar. Probably give them a spritz. Ooh, boy, look at the color on those. So one thing I haven't talked about, I'm not temping these or anything. So how am I going to know when I think they're done? Sorry, the neighbor's dog is upset about something, is essentially bone pullback in color. So you can see the bone pullback there. It's really starting to come through. We're getting some shiners on the backside. I don't know if you saw those, but these are getting close. I'm thinking another half hour, 45 minutes, and that'll put them over the 2-hour mark. But look at the bone pullback and the shiners back there. So you can see them everywhere. So these are getting there. Going to get the lid back on and we'll bring you back. All right, I'm going to take a look at these. I have a feeling they're pretty close to done. Yeah, so I hope you can see this in the camera, but we got so much pullback there. All down the one side. I'm liking the way these are looking, great color. I'm going to give these a quick spritz, get the camera inside, and then I am pulling these off. So we will meet you inside and we will cut these and give them a try. All right, we're gonna pull these off and get them cut. They look really, really good. All right, gotta carefully pull them off so they don't stick. Try to get those in the camera. Color is beautiful. So I'm gonna turn these upside down to find the best spot to cut them in. I'll get this whole rack cut, or half rack I should say. So I'm going to get the rest of these cut and then we'll come back. Actually, I'll show you what we're going to do real quick with each of these. So I'm going to turn them back over to the meat side, and then I have got some just store-bought barbecue sauce. I think it's actually How to Barbecue Right. So mail order barbecue sauce. And we're just going to paint the tops with just a little bit of sauce. Not going to overdo it. And there we go. So I'm gonna do the rest of those just like that. We'll come back and we'll try one on camera tonight. So see you in a minute. Okay, let's try these ribs. They smell delicious. I have to admit I've stolen a bite or two as I've been cutting them. I think they're outstanding. I'm gonna just choose one here and take a bite. Exactly the way I like a rib. I don't want that meat falling off. I want my bite to show up and pull cleanly off the bone. That's so good. Dang, that's good. All right, I'm gonna finish this rib. Thanks for joining me on this cook. In the description, I will put the rotisserie kit as well as this attachment for doing ribs. I might never make ribs another way again as far as cooking them. By the way, salt, pepper, garlic. You don't need all that fancy rub and stuff. Not all the time anyway. All right, I'm gonna go eat about 15 more of these. We'll see you next time at Buckeye Barbecue. Thanks for joining. Like and subscribe, would you? Please, right now, just stop and do it. Thanks.